Hello, some of you had issues with this and I wanted to give you a template. I'm not going to answer the question that's in homework because I want you to answer it yourselves, but I'm going to use the question in black to try and give you a template that you can use, which should be helpful for any one of these questions. They tend to be fairly formulaic and you should be able to use the same process every time. I've tried to highlight the similar bits so that hopefully you can also use as key markers as you do these questions. So let's go through the context here of the black question. So you've got a factory estimates the probability that a product passes quality inspection without defects to be 0.7. The factory installs new machinery and the quality control manager is concerned that the defect-free rate may decrease. Although all products were functional in the batch tests, out of a group of 25, only 13 passed without any defects. Comment on the quality control manager's concerns by using a hypothesis test with a 5% significance level. Okay, so let's go to the beginning of this. So first of all, the probability that a product passes quality inspection without defects to be 0.7. That's my null hypothesis. That's a proportion of products that pass without any defects. It then goes forward to say that the quality control manager is concerned that the defect-free rate may decrease. So this proportion is going to be lower than in my null hypothesis. So I will have my proportion being lower than 0.7. I'll go further and state for this example is where P is the proportion of defect-free products, and I'll let X be the number of defect-free products as part of my test statistics. So I will hopefully have that sorted, these two, just to cover myself. Then I'll outline my distribution. So my X being my discrete random variable, the number of defect-free products, is distributed binomially with 25 trials and a probability of success of 0.7. And then given the test items, so number of items, I'll have this test based upon the context of the question. It says, out of a group of 25 products, only 13 passed without any defects. So others did pass, but it was 13 without any defects at all. So the probability of X being less than or equal to 13 is 0.0442. Get that from your calculator. And I can see where this is compared to my significance level of 5%. So I've got my answer. So here's now my comparison absolutely required. And I can see, yes, this is lower than my significance level. So it's within that significance level, that top end or that lower end, that extreme end. And this then tells me that I can now reject H0. I can reject my null hypothesis and say that at a 5% significance level, there's sufficient evidence, not proof, to suggest that the defect-free rate may decrease. So there are more defects. So that should be the final part in your questions.